Hey Eric, this is Adam over here at Perkins Motorplex in Mayfield, Kentucky. Came out here with our delivery coordinator. He's my diesel guy. He actually has kids that are sponsored motocross racers, so he's had multiple diesels, so he knows exactly what to look for on tunes, deletes, and things like that. So he and I walked around it. His exact quote I texted to you was, "Man, this thing's a cream puff. It's really, really clean." He said, "I didn't even know that we had it." And I kind of laughed and I said, "Well, we ain't had it long." And he said, "I can tell." He goes, "This one won't last." This one, it does have a low tune on it, he said. And it's not deleted. It doesn't have a tuner or anything, like a programmer with it. He said that it looks like just more for the towing. And I can kind of show you a little bit of that here in just a moment. So again, this here is our 2006 F-250 XLT. You'll if you like the outside, man, you'll absolutely love the inside. This thing's in great shape. So diving right in, just to be transparent, again, we try to pick them apart so that you don't have negative surprises on arrival. Tires are a matching set. Those appear to be brand new. I think we actually put those on. Those are BF Goodrich, a little bit more aggressive kind of tire. Coming down the driver's side here, looking for door dings. I always try to use a little bit of reflection from the light here in our favor. The only one I've noticed is right here is a really slight dimple, trying to use that reflection, if you kind of notice right there in the tree. But I mean, it's very, very minor. I didn't notice it honestly until Jake and I started walking around it. But again, coming down the side for something that's going on 19 years old, really, really sharp, man. Coming down the side from the rear to the front, again, not noticing a whole lot to report. I'll get you a look underneath it here in a moment. And then just with the age, you kind of expect a little bit of spots, you know, just again, based on age. Right there's a little spot on the front of the driver door. There's one on the back of the cab corners. Those are really prone to it. Right down there. But again, for $13,000 and only 150,000 miles, this thing is sharp, dude. Coming across the rear, the bumper and tailgate look really good. Normally, especially with any kind of age, I'm used to seeing, I call them love marks going across that back end. I'm not noticing those here, which is fantastic. It is set up for heavy towing. That's actually something I meant to show you over here in this wheel well. That's a high dollar one right there, boy. That right there is a B&W trailer hitch. It's just super sharp. Coming down the passenger side, again, like I said on the phone, there's probably a couple little door dings. There was one right here. I can kind of get that reflection right there off that silver car behind us. You can see it. I mean, it's super, super minor. Again, you don't really notice it unless you're an arm's length away. Just kind of walking around it, you don't notice much there at all. And this one, again, just to show you cab corners, that one there is actually in really good shape. And then at the front doors, yeah, again, just sharp. Mirrors look good. It's got a little scratch, two scratches right here on the corner of that fender. And then, like I'd already said on the phone, it has that kind of ripple look on the front grille. That's just that chrome wrap that they put on them, excuse me, from the factory. Again, it's probably been outside long enough that it got hot. It looks good. Coming into, well, before we hop inside, let's go ahead and get underneath it. So, crawling underneath, looks really good. Not noticing anything there of any concern. I actually was working a guy the other day on a 19 model truck, and it looks almost exactly the same underneath, which is really a compliment to how well this guy took care of it. This truck, just so you're aware, does have the one key fob. It's got the two sets of keys to it, though, it looks like. On the inside, you've got your power windows and locks, power mirror controls. It's got the manual adjustment for the seat, but it does have the Husky liners in it, which do match the interior. It's got the carpet underneath. Seats are in fantastic shape. That's the part that Jake was really mind blown by. We didn't expect that. Again, It's not our normal experience to have something this age and not have at least wear in the seats. Can I stick my arm back there? Looks sharp, man. Whoops. Opening that door. Of course, you do have storage underneath the seats. Whoops. Right there. And those seat covers actually match up so nice with the interior on it. I always thought that was really cool when people do stuff like that. And he went with the actual Ford brand on those covers, which is really, really nice. It does have the sliding back glass, which is also one of those perks I like to kind of point out when I can. Hopping inside, we'll get it started, and I'll show you the hood, under the hood here in a moment. I'm gonna zoom you in on the cluster. Whoops. So you can kind of see everything here. Whoops. I forget on a diesel, you gotta push that brake a little bit. There you are. 148, 491 for exact mileage as of right now. No lights, no messages, no issues there. Does have an aftermarket Sony radio put in it, which I actually think was really well done. It fills up the space really nicely. It's got the center console there, which has a lot of deep storage space available. Does have the tray divider there in the top. That AC, by the way, is blowing nice and cold. Does have the four-wheel drive switch. The guy also had a mount here for his phone. And then I noticed too, he does have the speaker, the microphone and stuff installed too. So he was able to modernize it a little bit. Also like the way they did this. Has the dual cup holders there, which is really cool. Has a little hanger right there as well for bags and things like that. There's a couple stains on the passenger side. You can tell the driver was neater. Those aren't bad at all. I'm not picking up odors, smells, anything like that, whether it be smoke or anything else. Which is always nice. I'm not seeing water stains or anything like that, showing any signs that windows were leaking or anything. We just had a lot of weather last night, so believe me, if it was going to do it, it would have done it for sure. Going through everything here now, I do want to point out over here, actually I'll tell you what, I'll just go around to be easier. I'll pop that hood too. I'm going to leave it running. I'll get you a good listen to it here in just a second. But I thought this was pretty cool when I was going through the dash earlier. So obviously he has more or less all of the manuals from Ford. That's for the radio system there. That's the manual for it. Safety, window stickers, it looks like possibly. Roadside assistance. I mean, literally everything from when the truck was new is still here. It even does have your locking lug key with it, which is super rare. Most people never know where those are, and half the time I feel like our guys in service or detail may toss them out just not paying attention. It even has the remote control for the radio, so that's awesome. I don't really ever get that lucky, to be honest. On older vehicles, I could probably put on one hand how many times in 3 years I've ever had the owner's manuals. Well, give me 1 second here. So the only thing that Jake's noticed, it has the factory exhaust, so like none of that stuff's been straight piped. It has an aftermarket intake, but other than that, looks like the battery on it's new. Oh, that's looking right. Again, batteries look great. I'm not noticing anything under the hood, which is awesome. And then just so you can hear the exhaust as well.
kind of get you a good look at it as best I can from back here. So again, no straight pipe, nothing like that.
In Jake's word, it's a cream puff. He likes it, I like it. I really think you're gonna like it a lot too, brother. Let me know when you're ready to move forward.